Good morning, everybody. Lee Brower here, and welcome to this week's edition of Meaningful Monday. I am grateful to be here, and I am glad to be here. All right, let's go big. Take just a moment right now and think of one thing that you're truly grateful for, but match it with an experience. Make it visual, okay? So you can feel it. Now, say it out loud. Say it out loud. When you do that, automatically dopamine, serotonin come into your system, and you're ready to go in today's Meaningful Monday with me. How about that? Now, today, I want to just say if you're here to get motivated, this isn't the time. I'm going to go to work for you. We've spent the last two sessions, the last 2 weeks, we've focused in on a little formula. And that little formula is that desires dictate priorities, priorities structure our choices, and choices determine the course of our lives. Last week we focused on desires. Remember, we had everybody made a list. I made a list of almost 100 things in 10 minutes. I just was cranking, okay? Everything that you really, really want, that's what you want to write down. Now we're going to go back to that list and we're going to focus in on priorities. You see, Deming one time, if you talk to anybody, any of your successful business people, they're going to tell you that the key to success is prioritization. When we get too scattered or we don't come around, what are those things that value most? Let's focus in on those. So, all right, we've got this big list. So I'm going to talk to you about what I call the four quadrants of prioritization. So instead of trying to do everything, let's just focus on four key areas that, when aligned, create the greatest likelihood that everything else that you wrote down will be achieved as well. Sound good? All right. So now review your list of desires. Get it out, review it. Okay. So I'm telling you, this is work. This is work, but it's worth it. Okay. Choose your heart. And you want to get it out just like I have here. Okay. And I went through, and everything that I felt was centered around my core. My core is my faith, my family, my health, and well being. I put a heart by it, where it was the dominant driver, the dominant location. Not everything overlaps, but tried to identify that single one. Then I looked at things that were experiences, things I wanted to do, things I wanted to experience, things I wanted to learn from. Okay. And I wrote a big E for experience. Then I looked at things that I want to contribute to, what I call arrows out, the things that I want to be involved in that make a difference in the planet, make a difference in other people. Probably one of the most important things that you can have in terms of your own well-being and sense of meaningfulness. So, what acts of service or generosity will riplify? Right? New word. Instead of ripples, riplify through you to others. Okay. Go through, and I put an arrow on mine. You could, however you wanted to do it, but I had now heart, E, arrow. And finally, the financial, just put a dollar sign, okay, or F. And this is where you create value. I, I like to focus on those things that generate the financial, cleaning up messes or focusing alliances, restructuring, budgeting that end up getting me more dollar amount. I don't like to put a dollar amount per se. I want to get to those things that where the dollars amount are a lagging indicator, a natural process. Work. Okay. So now I've kind of given you the criteria. Now, if you focus on just these four, if you achieve those four things that you put down, one in the core, one in the experience, one in the contribution, compassion, one in the area of value creation or finance, just those four things. Look at how you're going to riplify, and almost everything else on your list will be accomplished as well. You look at that and ask yourself, these are my drivers. If I accomplish, and that's how I would choose them, which one will have the biggest effect? It may not be the most important. Most important may be to, things that are immediately felt, but by doing this, it's going to impact and ripple over everything else that's there. Okay. And so you're looking for those things, those ripples, the riplifiers, if you will. New words, creating them all the time. Okay. So as you do that, if you just go through this and get that much of it done, next time we can talk about how to become better choice makers. But see, this is the value, the power of intentional alignment. Instead of scattering energy across 100 different things, let's focus on the few that matter most. Those few that can be that are worthy of our desires and create better prioritization. I think with that, we're going to make better choices. We're going to have better action, better results. Again, pick one from each of the quadrants. from your core, contribution, experience, and financial. Find the driver. Just find those drivers. And then each day you can ask yourself, what's one thing I can do today that will move me closer to those? But we'll talk a little bit about that next time. Covey said, Stephen R. Covey said, the key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. Go big this week. Let's go bigger. Prioritize with purpose. I look forward to talking to you next week. Bye-bye.